Today we are going to be looking at hyperinflation. Let's begin with the definition of inflation. Inflation is the sustained upward movement within the overall price index of products and services within the economy. Once a unit of currency depreciates in monetary value, so will the buying power, because it takes additional currency units to shop for an equivalent quantity of products and services than it did within the past. It's normal nowadays to have inflation as practically everything costs more than it did years ago. There is no official definition of hyperinflation. However, economists outline it as costs rising by a median of 50% or further monthly. Sometimes, costs skyrocket in an unchecked manner. Then inflation becomes hyperinflation. Ever wondered how hyperinflation happens? Hyperinflation has two principal causes. First is an increase in the money supply. This often happens when a country's government begins printing money to pay for its dispersal. It usually starts with a nation spending more than it procures. When the state prints the money, it increases the money supply, so prices rise as in normal inflation. This quickly spirals up into a dangerous state of affairs. Second is high demand inflation, which occurs when a gush in demand overtakes supply, causing the prices of products and services to upsurge. This can happen due to increased consumer spending due to a growing economy, an unexpected rise in exports, or increased government spending. To understand this, let's analyze what happened to two countries that face hyperinflation to date. 1. Venezuela hyperinflation. It seems almost unfeasible going to a store and finding that nothing has a sticker price on it. You take the product to the cashier and they calculate the price. What to expect is you could pay twice as much, or more, than an hour earlier. That's if there is even anything left in the store. That's how life is in Venezuela. Venezuelan former president by the name Hugo Chavez, who ruled from 1999 to 2013, set in motion price controls for food and medicine. But proposed prices were so low that it forced domestic companies to suffer huge losses and that forced these companies out of business. In response, the government paid for imports. In 2014, global oil prices unforeseeably dropped, disintegrating revenues to the government-owned oil companies. When the government ran out of cash, the current president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, who succeeded Hugo Chavez in March 2013, proposed a solution, and that was to print more money. As of 2019, Venezuela's foreign debt was approximately $100 billion. With the continued collapse of its economy, the country is facing a massive problem of debt repayment. Today, it is the only country in the world suffering from serious hyperinflation. 2. Zimbabwe hyperinflation. Zimbabwe experienced hyperinflation in the year 2004 to 2009. A decade ago, during a financial crisis, Zimbabwe recorded the second highest incidence of hyperinflation in history. The country's inflation rate for November 2008 was as high as 79,600,000,000%. The cause of Zimbabwe's hyperinflation was ascribed to numerous economic shocks. The state printed more money in response to rising national debt. Increase in political corruption was coupled with an underlying weak economy. When Zimbabwe's hyperinflation spiraled out of control, the aftermath was a foreign currency, consequently the United States dollar being used as a medium of exchange instead of the Zimbabwean dollar. Despite hyperinflation being rare, it's still something to worry about. Have you thought about what would you do if it were to happen? One tip is being prepared by having your assets invested in different places. You should balance your assets among local stocks and bonds, international stocks and bonds, gold, and real estate as well. Financial habits that are logical would help you survive hyperinflation. Please subscribe to Investor Web for more videos like this, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Until we meet next time, have a good one.